here. Dumb bitches. Just kidding. Okay, let me share my screen. All right, let's do it. Whoa. What the fuck? Okay, hopefully that stays. Okay, so how to give the champagne first and then the expensive chocolate and strawberries. So the reason I named it that is because I got this metaphor from a training that I just did, and it's literally brilliant. So if you think about going to a high-end like dinner party or an event of some kind, it's usually they are out serving you champagne, like a free glass of champagne, right? And so often champagne is like that free booze or that free drink or whatever that is given to you for free to welcome you in and bring you into the thing that they want you in. So if it's often at, like, let's say it was a charity, right? They're gonna feed you this free thing that still adds so much value into your life. Like, who doesn't love a glass of champagne? Especially when it's at an event, like a charity event or a wedding or something like that. It's going to be the good shit, right? And it's free. So they're giving you this introduction that says, hey, you can trust me and you're awesome and we're awesome. Let's be awesome together. So they give you that, and then you enter into this charity event and they want you to pay hundreds of dollars. Say like it's a silent auction, and that's thousands of dollars that's going towards this event or this charity or whatever it is. But either way, they got you in the doors and you're trusting them, and you're more willing to give to them because they give you that free value first. So that is what we're going to talk about: how to give the free value, that champagne, and then how to give the expensive chocolate. Not the cheap Hershey's chocolate that you can buy at the grocery store. Give the expensive chocolate with the good premium strawberries, which is that high-end, high-class treat that you would usually get, right? So just a metaphor, but I want you to think about it like that. So champagne is your free value. I was confused about what to give and what is considered free value for a long time, but it doesn't have to be a freebie that we often hear. So if you see like other businesses, they're often giving, like a lot of life coaches or you know, any other kind of coaches, you see them giving away these freebies, right? And I mean, I always thought like, oh, I have to come up with this freebie, and then I have to come up with an opt-in, and then I have to be able to do this and this and this. And I thought for so long that I wasn't actually giving a freebie. Meanwhile, I was every single day. So it doesn't have to be a freebie per se that is your champagne. And this can be whatever free value that lights you up with fire. So right now, I want you to write down 3 things that you have passion for, whether it's health, fitness, nutrition, something completely entirely different. Whatever you feel that you have a passion towards, that you think that you could put together some kind of thing for free, whether it be a free group, whether it be a free document that you give to people, whether it be you know, a video once a week or something like that. Write down 3 things that you can share value in for free. Each and every one of you have so many things. What are the 3 things that come to your mind? Think about the things that you are good at. Think about the things that you've overcome in your life. Think about the things that you have struggled with and then overcome. Think about the, you know, different things that you enjoy in life. Maybe it's something that you want to get better at. What is it that you could give value of in some way, shape, or form? We'll figure that out later. But what can you give free value in that you don't feel gypped? like you should be paid for it, right? So for me, I'm not going to give somebody a workout program because that would be silly when I'm trying to get them to pay for a workout program. Plus, if I were to give away a workout program, I would be charging them a lot more than free. So think about things that you are good at, and actually, I want you to write them down in the chat for me because, if I can help you, I will. So write down your things that you are good at or that you could give away for free in the chat, and I'll give it just a minute. And if you're not sure, give me some ideas and I can try and help you turn them into things that you can give away for free. Yes, I love that. Break that down, Morgan, into something specific for me. So, I mean, you could cover a whole bunch of different things, but what is one that you have a huge passion for that you could break down into a small piece? Love it. And maybe how to overcome that, like in a specific situation. So, are you overcoming anxiety towards something or in general, or something that, like for me, my anxiety came from like family struggles. So I could maybe talk about how I got, yes, I'm so happy you said that. Your specific chronic illness, right? Your specific chronic illness, that is huge. Like that is something that you can be giving away free value every single day. And I'm telling you, the second you start tapping into that, that is a gold mine. And it's only a gold mine because that is the way that you're going to give the most expensive champagne that there is for your niche, right? Your niche is going to be helping people overcome this chronic illness, at least at the beginning. And that's because that's the biggest thing that you have to share and connect on. For you, Morgan, for anxiety, yeah, pick the thing that you personally are overcoming and you're dealing with, and break that down a little bit, even a little bit smaller. Because some people have anxiety about everything. Sometimes it's anxiety. Maybe it's anxiety towards working out, school, whatever it is, social anxiety. Okay, perfect. So you can talk about these things in smaller places. So now I want you to break down, okay, so not sure how. For chronic illness, talking about your chronic illness, Katie, I would do maybe like a support group where you can run this free group online on Facebook, and maybe it's talking about your chronic illness and overcoming it with exercise. That separates you and your group from all the other groups that are going to be out there on Facebook. Are you in are you in any other groups on, let's say, Facebook that is like a support group for that? So, okay, so you can kind of get that idea. And basically you're just going to take that idea, you're going to take what that thing is that you're going to share value on, and you're going to break it down a little bit and specify it a little bit. So maybe it is talking, like maybe you're going to use nutrition, maybe you're going to use exercise. Pick one. I wouldn't try and focus on all of it, but pick one that says, you know what, I want to link arms with the people who are going through a chronic illness. Maybe you just pick a chronic illness in general. And you say, I want to link arms with people who are going through and overcoming a chronic illness that have not started their health and fitness journey, but know that it's critical to feeling better overcoming this chronic illness. Let's do it together. I'm going to start a support group, and in here, I'm going to give you healthy recipes. We're going to do fun challenges together. Let's talk about how we're overcoming it. It is only a positive zone and stuff like that, right? That's how you can kind of break it down. For social anxiety, you could do the same style thing where you give them little things. Maybe it's a support group. Maybe it is, like, both of those things are very big. and they can create like a support family almost, that I would create almost like a lifelong group. And that's amazing. That in my head, a lifelong group is where you want to go, because then you don't have to stress about deadlines of posting for 3 days, let's say, where you can constantly be sharing value. You can set yourself up for a schedule, plan it, boom, done. So keep those in mind. We'll talk about those specifically, and we can talk about those personally, but keep those in mind. Those are fantastic. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to go back to sharing my screen. Okay, so again, your champagne is your free value, and do what lights you up. Please do not get caught in the idea that you have to run a free clean eating group if you don't like clean eating and you would not have any value to give. Don't do an exercise group if you genuinely hate exercise and the entire group is going to feel like a chore. Do something. One group that I did one time that I absolutely loved was called Mindset Reset. And I loved it because I love helping people transform their mindset. That is like my golden ticket, right? And I do that through mental health, through physical health, and basically mental fitness, physical fitness, and nutrition, right? So I use all three of those to reset the mindset. And I ran that group, and it was like a 2-week group, and it was fantastic. And I would run something like that again, because that is a passion of mine. It has nothing to do, that group had nothing to do with exercise or nutrition. It was all mindset. It was all like personal development lessons that I learned. So you can do things like that. You could do a hair and makeup tutorial group if you really wanted to. You could do recipe group. If you have like a favorite food, you could do like, oh my God, I just came up with the most brilliant idea. A pizza group. And you could make a different style pizza. Oh my God, this is what happens. Jess, freaking brilliant. Anyways, you can do things like that. Like I am obsessed with pizza. So I know that there's people who follow, look, I'm thinking about pizza now. There's people who follow me that connect with pizza, that they would be into that. They would be like, yeah, let's freaking come up with the most creative pizza ideas ever. I've totally made a pizza with strawberries on it one time and like all of these crazy things. It was so fucking good. So I'm like a pizza guru. That's like a way that you can connect with people. So anyways, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna read this freaking chat because that's hilarious. Pizza, exactly. Oh guys, I can see the chat. This is awesome. Okay, so some examples. You can do a free document. So the ones that you guys were just talking about, we kind of like, I would put those more of a, whether you started a blog or you started like a support group, whichever you think that you're going to be more consistent with, go with that. But those are your champagne items. Those are the things that you're going to give for free, that is going to bring people in and learn and build a relationship with people, and they're going to trust you. Okay, so free document. One that I was going to do, or that I'm going to do in the near future, is make something like a easy basic beginner's nutrition guide, and that can be free, and it'll just be like a document that I'll send to people. Another one that I was thinking of is like how to transform your favorite meals into a healthy version, because I'm really good at that, like taking like a healthy recipe and ignoring all of the shit that's in it and just making it healthy. So just little things like that you're good at. So you can make a free document. You could do a blog or a website. You could do short-term themed groups. So this is where a lot of coaches will do like a clean eating group. I've done a booty building group, which was really fun. But it was, they didn't have the scheduler yet that I knew about anyways. So that was kind of like hard on me to post every single day. And that's just not my style. If you guys have paid attention, I'm just like, I suck with timelines and shit like that. So I just simply don't do timed groups. But you could do anything. You could do, I don't know why that says cookie. Clearly I was hungry, but that's supposed to say cooking. A new one that I'm going to start doing is manifesting. So manifesting your goals. manifesting your health and fitness goals to make it even more specific. That's one that I'm going to do. Little things like that. So, and then a free lifelong group. And I wanted to touch on this one because this is the one that fires me up. And if it fires you up, then you can jump into mine and see how I do it. But I personally, like I said, I don't like timelines. I don't like feeling like I have to do something. Hence why I became a coach, because I suck with doing shit that I'm supposed to do. I don't like following the rules. I don't like doing what I'm like. I don't like feeling under control by somebody else. So the lifelong group is my jam because I feel like I can post unapologetically. I feel like I can post unlimited times. I feel like I can not post one day and post 3 times the next day, and I just don't care because it's my group, and if they don't want to be in it, they can leave. So lifelong groups are my jam, and the way that I run it is I run 2 different ones. I run the Learn to Earn group, which is a coach sneak peek group, but I also treat it like a business and inspiration life, kind of like a money manifesting kind of group. That's the direction it's going to go in, is like money manifesting. And it's just going to give them, positive, it gives them constant inspiration to actually go after their money goals, and to use this business to do that. And then I also run a group that it was a challenge group sneak peek, but I'm going to turn it into just like a health and fitness community, where I'm going to post like fun, easy, free shit that I would post in all of those short-term groups. I'm going to do that in that lifelong group, and it'll basically be like maybe like a themed week where, this week coming up is going to be all about this, and this week coming up is going to be all about this. Jump in, no worries, and whatever. And the reason I also like this one is because you're going to have people in there forever. They're never going to go anywhere unless they leave or you remove them. They're going to be in there forever, which means that they're going to be seeing your content forever, right? It's an easy, very easy, time-efficient way of constantly putting your content and your value, all of those expensive glasses of champagne, in front of these people without spending extra amount of time, like sending them emails and all that shit. That's like too high tech for me. So that's the reason why I like the lifelong groups. Now, if you are a planner and you like deadlines where it kind of feels like a project to you, and you like the idea of urgency, where they start on this day, they end on this day, and then you invite them, say you did a 3-day group and it started on Monday. So you did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you invited them and promo whatever it is that you were doing, which is usually a challenge group. You promo that on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they had until, let's say, Sunday night to sign up. If that is your jam, where that gets you like fired up and you're like, fuck yes, I need to sign up as many people as I can from Thursday to Sunday, then do that. Do that. I will help you do that. I know how to do that. I just don't like doing it, but I know how. So I can help you do that. If that is your jam, then do that. Comment in the comments which one you think you are most drawn to personally. Like right away, whether you actually do it or you change it or you make it your own thing, you make adjustments to it, whatever. But which one are you most drawn to? Yeah, lifelong. Lifelong, cool. See, funny thing is that you attract who you are. So I like lifelong groups, which is why you guys like lifelong groups. Okay, let's move on. Why it's important. We've already gone over this. Champagne brings people in and gets them to trust you. Your daily posting, this is what I want to make sure I am clear on. In addition to all of these other things that I just had on, in addition to all of these things here, the free documents, the blogger website, the short-term groups, the long-term groups, in addition to that, You are giving them little tiny splashes of champagne every single day with your posting. Your posting should be, when you post, I want you to think, how am I adding value into somebody's life? It can be little, it can be big, it can be grand, but how am I adding value into somebody's life? And I want to break it down. Don't overthink it. When, I'm going to go through my posts today and share how I was thinking about, okay, what am I giving value of? Once you start thinking about how to add value and add you into your posting is so much more fun. I know, I freaking know. How long did I freaking tell you that, Jess? That's funny. Okay. Let me go through my posts today. I only did 2 so far. So my last post was me and Kyle, and we were going out on, we had to go get a gift. I know, it's too long. We had to go get a gift, and the value that I was adding was that this business saved me from slaving at night and working a miserable job. So the value that I added was, there is another option other than working in a serving job or for another job at night. Like, even when I was personal training, I would still be working right now. And I would constantly be away from Kyle and being able to do things that I want to do. And that sucked. So the value that I added was, I, number one, was able to afford what I was going out to do, which was buying a wedding gift. And then number two, that I had the time to do this and to spend quality time with my fiance. The value that I added in the morning was that there is a challenge group that I'm running, that I help people with health and fitness, that this business is fun because I clearly am having fun with it. And I shared that I let go of the mistake that I held on to for 1.5 years, which was stressing out about this business. So the value that I added right there was mostly that this business is fun and that there's a challenge group that people can join. The value that I added last night in my late night post, which I don't normally do because they don't really get a lot of interaction, but I did it because I was bored. So the value that I added was just pure inspiration. Again, that mindset transformation value that I add to people. I just gave them free, you can fucking do this. You can do this. You're meant to do this. You are meant to overcome this challenge. And I mean, people aren't going to get that on their Facebook newsfeed, right? They just get everybody else's shit. So I'm giving them that value that says you can overcome this, and this is good for you. Okay, let's move on. So don't forget your pictures and your posting when you're sharing your story and adding what it can benefit them with. It's adding value, but those are little splashes. That's like every single day that you post, you splash another drop into the glass of champagne, and then say over the week and leading up to that public or big invite of I'm accepting 10 new challengers kind of thing. That's like you added all of those things, and then that invite is like that big glass, you know? Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, so share something daily, valuable enough to keep people coming back for more. That's a really important key. Make sure you're always adding value for other people to come back. Why do they want to follow you? And then the free item or the group is the champagne glass, which gets them feeling good and trusting. Okay. Champagne first, chocolate and strawberries second. So you cannot ask somebody to purchase something without offering value first. Believe in the things that you are offering for free just as much as you believe in the things you are offering cost. This is why I asked you what burns fire, passion in your bones, in your body, in your bloodstream that you could offer value of. You can't give valuable things with something that you're not passionate about, right? You can't offer value about something that you're not passionate about. You need to literally be able to scream on top of the rooftops that says, I can fucking help you, even if it's free. Even if it's free. So be so passionate about what you're giving for free, just as much as you're being passionate about giving, about offering what you're offering for a cost. Hang on, I can't read that. Invite to a paid thing after offering the free value. This means inviting after they have had a chance to watch your posts. So don't be that gross, icky person that goes on Instagram, looks up some random person, and then sends them a message, and you've never followed them, you've never liked any of the pictures, and you've never really kind of interacted. This does not mean that you have to have an awkward, like, kind of small talk conversation. You don't have to do that. I don't do that, and I still succeed. So you don't have to do that, but give them time to watch your posts. Just fill that glass of champagne. Inviting to the free group. This means inviting after they have had a chance to watch your post. Inviting to the free group or offering the free item first. Even if you invite to a challenge group, their initial answer 99% of the time is not yes. It's usually no or yes, I mean more info or whatever. Offer them the champagne to loosen up for the chocolate. So give them, whether, let's say you sent them a message and it was like a new message, and you're like, hey girl, I don't know if you know what I do, but I run fun online challenge or online health fitness accountability groups. Would you be interested in joining me? I have a new one starting in October. And they're like, yeah, what's going on? And you're like, you know what? I run a free community. Did you want to join? And in the meantime, you can get some awesome information. If it's for you, we can chat about it. If not, then, I mean, you can just stay in that group for however long you want. Boom, easy. It's just that leadway. I mean, how awkward would it be like, hey, did you want to join my free community? Like, that's kind of weird, right? So you can ask them for that paid thing, but they don't really know that it's a paid thing. Then you offer them that free thing, and then you can still chat with them even when you've added them in and say, you know what, like, are you on a health and fitness journey? Have you ever thought about doing this before? And you can still chat about the paid thing, but give them that free thing first, okay? Go, baby, go. Call's working out. Okie dokie, challenge groups, chocolate and strawberries. This is where the challenge groups are. I'm going to fly through this because I talk about this all the time, and I definitely talk about it in the new coach training. So if you need more information on it, go to the training that I spent a lot. That's free value. Go to the training and learn how to run a great challenge group. So how to effectively run challenge groups, making sure it's the high-end chocolate and strawberries. Have a start and end date. I think that this is so freaking important. If you're going to start on a date, start on that date. If you need to push the date, that's okay, but it still needs to be a start date, right? It still needs to be, let's say you're starting on October 1st and you need to push it to the October 7th, you're still starting on October 7th. You're not dabbling and starting on October 7th, and then you're lingering and you're kind of starting on the 10th, and then you can't do that. You have to start and stop on a specific date. Whether it goes well or it doesn't, start and stop, okay? Each group that you run is going to get better and better and better. Don't think that my first challenge group was sunshine and rainbows, because it was not, okay? There was like 2 people in there, and they didn't post on anything. It was crickets. My first one had 3. You did better than I did, okay? It was literally crickets when I ran my first group, and it only got better. So it took a few months. It took a few challenges. I never gave up. I always ran a challenge group every single month since being in the business, and it took time. It took time to build it up to the 80 plus clients that are now in the Forever Fit group. That took time. So don't think that you all of a sudden have to have an 80 client base challenge group in order to be successful. Start it off. Even if there's 2 people in your challenge group and there's crickets, get going. Do it. Start and finish. Pair up with other coaches for your first few months until you have, like, let's say 20 plus clients of your own. So maybe you're pairing up with a coach on this team. Maybe it's your upline. I recommend doing it with a coach that is outside your upline so that you guys can practice together, because your upline likely has people already, like, for themselves that they don't really need the same level of practice that you do. So I always recommend new coaches do groups with new coaches because you guys will learn together, and that's the best way to do it. And do that until you have 20 plus clients. You can get those 20 plus clients in your first, say, month or two if you're signing up 10 people a month, right? And that's possible. Stop thinking that that's impossible. Or it could take you, say, 4 months and you get 5 clients each month. Either way, continue to do it and pair up with other coaches so that those challenge groups are a little bit bigger and they have maybe 3 to 5 people or more. And it might be a little less crickety, okay? Start a lifelong group that, like I have, just like the Forever Fit group. Once you've had, let's say, 5 clients or 10 clients or 20 clients, once you have enough clients that you feel like, you know what, I want to branch off and I want to start my own lifelong accountability group. You can keep them in mind for as long as you want. I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. But it's great to run your own because then you can do your own thing, right? So do that when you feel necessary. But I think it's a great way to show leadership, to show these people that it's you that they want to hear from. They signed up with you, right? They don't want to hear from me. I mean, maybe they do because I'm great, but they want to hear from you. So don't be afraid to start your own lifelong accountability group. And then run a challenge group every single month. Every single month. I cannot stress this enough. Whether you have 1 person in that group or you have 20 people in that group, run a challenge group every single month. Put your big girl panties on and do it because people are watching. They're thinking in their head, you know what, I'm going to do it in October. But you didn't run your challenge group that you talked about in September. And they're like, oh, maybe she's not doing it. And then you talk about it, and then all of a sudden you don't run a challenge group in October because you don't have any people. And these people are going to be like, this girl's flaky. Like, she's not even doing what she says she's going to do. That isn't going to get the people to sign up. They don't have to know that there's only 1 person in that group. They just have to know that you're doing it. Remember, you're starting a business off from the ground up. It can only get better. It can't get worse. You're at the bottom. You've never started. You've never run a challenge group before. It can't get worse than this. It can only get better. So you must run a challenge group every single month. I recommend running a shorter challenge group. I find that 2 to 3 weeks is the sweet spot. 2 weeks, you will not get as much results as 3 or 4 weeks. But I find that people's attention spans are great between 2 and 3 weeks. So that's great. And it gives you enough time to kind of lead into another challenge group, breathe, catch your breath and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna fly through these. You guys can take a screenshot. I'll post the slides in the group. But basically, these are the things that I do. And I'm going to hammer in the first few points. So decide between a program specific or an open program. You guys have seen, I think most of you guys have seen that I do. Sometimes I'll do like a program specific group where we'll all do the same program, and I like those. But other times I will do an open program, and I like open program. Like for you guys, it's probably going to be a 21-day fix group where it's everybody's doing 21-day fix, because usually the program that people are going to start with when they join on is 21-day fix. That's the foundation program that I recommend. So usually everybody's going to be doing that one. But once you've done a couple of challenges, those people who have already completed 21-day fix, they're going to do a new program. So you're going to move on and you're going to open it up to an open program, which means that people are going to be doing different programs. Even if they're starting, let's say you start your challenge group on October 1st and they're already in a program, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have them wait to start their new program on the first day of your challenge. They can already start it, and then you're just starting that challenge on that day. Does that make sense? Okay. This is the most important part to a challenge group. If you are in my challenge groups, you know I act just like you. I log my workouts. I log my Shakeology. I share my struggles. I share my challenges. I share my successes. I share my transformations. I share the same way that I want my clients and my challengers to share. Why? Because I am a challenger. I am a daily challenger, and you will get what you put into them. So if you constantly are logging all of your things, the people that are in your challenge group, they're going to see that. Maybe it takes a few challenge groups for people to catch on. That's okay. But either way, no matter what, you must be the best challenger that you know, and you constantly have to be in that group acting like they are. So when I say to people, we're going to join arms and we're going to do this together because I'm on a journey with you, not like higher above you. I'm not better than you are. I've just been doing it longer than you are. But I'm at the same point that you are. I'm struggling with the same things that you are, and we're going to overcome this together, okay? Celebrate everything, every single thing, every little thing that people accomplish is huge. And it's not just huge for you, it has to be huge for them. Because I guarantee, even for you guys watching, the things that are happening in your head are constantly, that's not good enough. That's not really that big of a change. Oh, you know, an inch isn't really that much. I didn't change that much. You did. You did, because that would not have happened if you were not in this challenge group. So it needs to be big. Every single thing. The first workout that people do, the first Shakeology that people do, when they get their challenge pack, every single thing needs to be celebrated and make it the biggest fucking deal that there is, because that is what's going to show them that it is a big deal. That this fitness journey, this health journey is not just some little thing that they decided to sign up for, that it's a lifestyle change and that it is worth it. Okay. Make it interactive and easygoing. So I like to make my challenge groups super fun. I make fun of things. I make fun of myself. I talk about Kyle in them. I talk about things that funny things that I do. I love posting memes and funny quotes and shit. I think it's hilarious. It just lightens up the mood. And the people that I'm attracting, they like stupid humor like I do. So, and they're going to laugh at everything. So I like to include those. The little things that you guys are good at, include that in there. If you like hair, include that in there. If you like horses, include things about horses in there, right? You're going to attract the people that are just like you, and that's how you're going to connect. That's how you're going to keep them going. It doesn't all have to be health and fitness. So like I have all underneath there, screenshot it if you need to, take a picture of it, whatever. But those are great things to include in your challenge group to make it bomb. Prep period. This is a touchy topic for me. I personally love prepping. I obviously think that you need to prep, but don't do it too long. People's attention spans get like they're long gone. You guys know, if you guys have all done a prep week with me, I believe. I keep them really short, and when I drag them on, I find that I get dragged on, and I lose motivation and I lose inspiration. So I like to keep them really short, and I kind of do a little bit of prep within the first week where I talk about meal planning, make sure that everybody has their meal plan set up and that they're planned for the week ahead and stuff like that. Because in my head, I'm thinking, this isn't the only challenge group that these people are going to be doing. So even if they get started on a meal plan in week 2, that's okay, because they're going to do another challenge and then another challenge and then another challenge. And then I don't have to do the same freaking annoying prep week every single challenge. That's me personally. I definitely encourage you to do all of those things that are listed there for a prep week, but make sure that it is a time frame that you stay inspired by. It has to seriously light you up with fire. So make sure that you're efficient with that. If it's, maybe 3 days, 2 days, 5 days, if you can keep the inspiration for that long. But I recommend 2 to 3 days. Okay. And then invite far enough ahead. This is going to make your challenge groups the high-end shit. You need to make sure that you're inviting for a long enough time period. As a new coach, I personally recommend 3 to 4 weeks ahead of time. If you're going to start a challenge group on, say, what are we at? We're at September 26th. Let's say you're starting a challenge group on October 2nd, or let's just do October 2nd. Ideally, we would have wanted to be inviting in the beginning of September. So all of September, you're inviting for that challenge group starting on October 2nd. But maybe you just don't give that date. Maybe you just, maybe you just talk about a challenge group in general, like this accountability group, knowing that it's going to start on October 2nd, but you don't necessarily create that urgency until maybe 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time. Just make sure that you're constantly inviting ahead of time. It has to be a minimum of 3 weeks ahead of time, because you sharing it a week ahead of time, they're not going to catch on. They're going to be like, oh, whatever, and they're going to scroll past. You need to annoy the shit out of them, so much so that they're actually going to message you and be like, what is this friggin' thing that you're talking about so much and blowing up my stupid newsfeed with? I need to join it. That's literally what's going to go through your head. I constantly invite so that I annoy the shit out of people, because if I'm annoying people, I know that I'm doing it right, because that means that they're paying attention, they're reading my things, and it's getting read so many times that they're actually thinking about it enough to be annoyed by it. That's the idea that I go by. If you want to change it and make it fancier or make it more positive, then by all means. But I like annoying people, so that's the way that I look at it. I'm like, I need to annoy people for a long enough time period. Public invites through your posting. Transformation Tuesdays, doing it on Sundays is a great day to do it. Throwback Thursdays, those are awesome days to do a hard public invite that says, I'm looking for 3 people to join my next challenge group. Stories, oh my God, these are freaking brilliant. If you are not using your stories on Instagram or Facebook, Instagram is definitely better, but you can definitely do both. Then start. If you use Snapchat and you have a shit ton of people on there, use Snapchat. Use stories. They are a fantastic way to invite without feeling icky about it. Live video. If you are not going live, you need to be going live. This is going to be another call, I think, next week, about going live on your pages, because this is so key. People want to hear from you. They want to be like, who is this Katie girl behind the freaking screen? What is she talking about? And does she actually mean what she says? Right? You guys would not trust the passion that I have just through my words. When I get on these calls, I am burning with passion because I want you to succeed, because that is burning inside of me that says help these people, because I know what your situation is like, what you want, being in that situation of wanting something more. I've been there, so I have a passion to help you. I get on these calls so that I can show you my passion. And then free groups. So posting in these free groups that we just talked about, that we were sharing all these champagne things, post in the groups that says, you guys get exclusive VIP access to my next challenge group. Make it sound fancy and shit, right? We're sharing and selling and giving them the high-end expensive chocolate and strawberries. Make it sound expensive. I'm sweating. Okay. Last part is inviting through private messages. You guys all know this. Personally message 5 new people a day. The follow-up is the key. The follow-ups is who you're going to get in that month. You're not necessarily going to get, as a new coach, yes, it's a lot easier to get people signing up right away. And definitely down the road, it's going to happen. But most of your people are going to come from follow-ups. So make sure that you're always following up with people. A no is never a no. Misconceptions. You do not need to have 40 extra hours to run a freaking challenge group. It does not need to become a full day job. You can schedule your challenge, your posting. You do not need to feel guilty for missing a day because of life or by accident or whatever. I know that Jess struggled with this for a little while she was in school. She's like, okay, I feel so bad. I feel like I'm a shitty coach because I'm missing out on a challenge group. And I'm like, girl, these people don't know what they're missing. So why is it a stress for you, right? It doesn't have to be a stress. These people don't know what they're missing out on. So don't feel like you missing one day because life happened or because you physically could not get to your computer. Don't overstress yourself, right? Like, they don't know that. Just give them your heart and soul and everything that you have into these challenge groups, and they're going to love you no matter what. And you do not need to check into your challenge group more than once a day. I check into the challenge group once, maybe twice a day. I usually do it in the morning, like everybody's things, check in what's going on, and I check it at night. And that's it. I don't have time to check my challenge group all day long, right? If I see a notification, then maybe I'll like go and see that specific notification, but I don't check the challenge group all day long. I just simply don't have the time to do that. but you better bet your butt that I am checking that challenge group at least once a day, and I am seeing and making sure that people are involved, and I am interacting with people. So you don't have to make it this big, elaborate thing that takes up 40 hours of your day, of a 24-hour day. Okay, that is what I have. It's time for my dinner. What questions can I answer for the last like 2 minutes regarding free things, how to do them, or challenge groups in general? Good leaders, good business people have lots of questions. So if you have burning questions, let me know. I'm here to help. Let's go with this. When is your next challenge group? Bum, bum, bum. October 10th. Yeah. I've been seeing you post about it. I love it. I love it. Whoa. Whoa. Exit full screen. Once you start thinking about how to add value and, oh, I already read that. Just kidding. Okay. No questions. Team Chat Tuesday. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, whoa. If you have any questions, send me a message, send us a message, whatever. Let me know. But I have a challenge for you, and I'm going to put this into the entire team page, but you guys have a head start because you will get personal. I will help each and every one of you get started your free group, free thing, whatever it is, in addition to your posting personally. I'm not going to help the rest of the team because they didn't show up to the team page. Sorry, people. So I will help you guys who show up to the call, listen on the call, and I will work with you personally as much as you need to get your groups going. But what you need to do for me is send me the specific information that is detailed, like what is the group going to be? What is your intentions with the group? When are you going to start it? What are you going to post every day? Is it going to be a theme? Kind of give me like a game plan of what that's going to be, and then I will help you structure it into a group that's actually going to create value and bring in new clients, okay? So anybody who watches the call, that's what I will do for you. But all I need from you is you have to send me first what your free group is and all of the little plan ahead of time, okay? And then I will help you and work with you and create this into a bomb-ass freaking champagne glass that is going to bring in clients, because I'm telling you, I have had so many of my clients within the last 4 months that come from these free groups that I wish I would have run them a lot earlier and got my pride under control. So these groups are amazing, game-changing for bringing in clients because they're going to constantly have this free value. So yeah, if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I look forward to hearing your free group info. Remember, information is just information. You have to put it into action in order for shit to change. So, I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.